Hey guys and gals, how we doing? It's me, Joe Salyers, back for the Music Factory Studios here on YouTube. Today we're going to check out an OS that I used to really enjoy when it was based on the Cinnamon desktop. And when I heard that Ferren OS was going to be moving on to the next phase of their distribution, I thought, I've got to check this out, because I always used to really push Ferren on my friends who wanted to move to Linux but wanted something simple and thought Ubuntu was too weird or odd for them. So I would either choose Linux Mint or Ferren OS, just because of the customizability of Ferren OS. You could make Ferren look like Windows or look like a Mac or whatever you wanted, and that was on top of the Cinnamon desktop. Now they've moved to Plasma, and I always thought that would be kind of a better fit. But Ferren is a distribution that is based on Ubuntu now and not Linux Mint. So we have their new Ferren OS next. This is the newest version. It's awesome. I think Plasma is a far better fit for Ferren OS than the Cinnamon desktop, even though Cinnamon is a great desktop, and I have nothing bad to say about Cinnamon at all. I think Plasma is a better fit, though, for Ferren. They have done some things that are really unique to their version of Plasma. And the first thing that blew me away, other than Vivaldi being the default web browser, was they kept Nemo, the best file manager in all of the Linux world, as far as GUI-based file managers. This version of Plasma is the only one I know in existence that has Nemo as the file manager, and that's amazing. Dolphin is just I'm not a fan of Dolphin. Okay, I'm definitely not a fan of Nautilus, but Nemo is like if you took all the good parts of Windows Explorer and all the awesome parts of Mac OS's Finder, and you put them together, you get Nemo. So kudos to the Cinnamon and Linux Mint team for coming up and building Nemo in the way they did. Kaja's not bad, but I have my own issues with Mate and that whole desktop environment and the apps that come with it. I lived through GNOME 2. I didn't like it then, so you're not going to change my mind definitely now. But Nemo is probably the best file manager I've seen that's a part of desktop environments. Now, there are some other ones like, the Commander type dual pane file managers that are really cool and you can work really fast with those. But I'm a real big fan of Nemo. On most desktop environments, especially if I'm in GNOME, I just install Nemo and I use Nemo because moving files when you're under root privileges and things of that nature moves so much faster under Nemo. Sometimes in Nautilus it doesn't, sometimes it does. You like just moving themes. Let's say you want to change the theme, right, in the GNOME desktop environment. Sometimes you'll open Nautilus in two different windows in root and open files and move them to the themes folder, and it will take like a half an hour. It's like, what is wrong? Why is this happening? It shouldn't be happening. You can do it in Nemo, and it's like copy paste done or drag and drop done. Sometimes it'll work on Nautilus. Most of the time it doesn't. It doesn't work on Nautilus, okay? But Nemo is probably, if you're going to stay in the GUI-based file manager, Nemo is the best way to go, I promise. Now, I've added my own theme here and kind of moved things around, but the way they've set up the system settings in Plasma is really nice. It comes with a few themes of its own. It has your regular Breeze themes from the KDE project themselves. It has a Cupertino layout like Mac OS. It has what they call a familiar layout, which is kind of like Windows 7. They also have their Ferren OS layout, which is pretty similar. They have a Ferren OS Dark, a light version. They have a Redmond layout, which is kind of like XP. They have an Ubuntu Unity layout, which is really nice. It puts a sidebar. And if you're a GNOME person and you've thought, well, maybe I'll check out Plasma, check this one out. Especially if you're a Kubuntu user, this is the way to go. The Ubuntu Unity layout is really good, and it gets rid of all the bad parts of Unity It makes it really nice. And it kind of works like if GNOME and Unity had been merged into one. So I really like that. The tablet mode's really cool. I haven't tested it out on my little touchscreen laptop because I've got an OS on there that I'm actually in the middle of a project doing something with a video editor program. I'm going to have some videos of that pretty soon. And then I've added a few more of the ones I like myself. You have Plasma styles here as normal. The window decorations. There are some alternatives already installed that are pretty nice, and if you can even use their global theme editor, which is pretty awesome. It lets you do it right from the desktop without having to change anything, and it just works. Okay, they set up the file manager to be double click and not single click, which it normally is in a Plasma distribution, which is really nice. Most of the things that are stock are really, really great. Also, inside of the, where is it at? Boom, 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 boom. Where did you go? Let's see. Is it? Oh, it's under themes. I don't know why I get lost like that. Under the application style, you have Breeze Fusion, the MS Windows 9X, the Oxygen, and the Cavantum themes, which is really nice to have. That way, if you like more of a Plasma style setup, you can have Breeze. If you like the Cavantum styles, which I personally do, you can have those without having to go through a whole rigmarole to install them on Kubuntu. Okay, and the default, most of the time I don't like the default icons and folders. I just normally don't. Most distributions ship with some weird form of like Papyrus or just the regular bland, Advaita folders and icons, and it's like, oh god, I'm so sick of these folders. They're ugly, both of them, Papyrus and the stock stuff. Okay, it's just not, it's okay. It's a little outdated though. But they have their own known as Inspire, and as you can see here, it looks really good. The light theme looks good, and it's not overbearing. It doesn't try to be something it's not. It doesn't try to be, like, oh, look at this flashy flat theme, or look at this, such and such theme. It just works, and it works real well, and I like that. It comes with a boatload of colors too. It has a lot of dark themes and a lot of light color themes for Plasma, which is really, really great. You get a few different cursors, and I can't say enough good things about this. I think this is the way that Ferren needs to go. This is release candidate 2, so there'll be one more release candidate, I think, before the final version comes out, but this is pretty stable. I mean, it is built on Ubuntu's LTS model, and like I said, it comes with Vivaldi as its standard web browser, which is really nice. You can look here on the screen right now and see what's installed with it. It has Krita installed, which is something you don't see installed with other distros. Vivaldi, as well, as I said before. You also have VLC, QJack control, and Simple Screen Recorder I installed. Excuse me. If you use NVIDIA laptops, there is a way to boot on a USB stick with modern NVIDIA drivers, so it will boot on your machine. This machine is a NVIDIA machine, so I have a really hard time booting certain distributions because they're using either really old Nuevo drivers, I guess is how you say that word, or they don't even have them, and it just won't even install. Okay, or it won't even boot on a USB stick, which can be a pain in the butt. But this is a great distribution. It booted, no problem, had no problems getting the proprietary drivers installed. Okay, and let's see if INXI is installed here. Yes, it is. INXI-B, so you can see what's in this machine. I don't care. Got nothing to hide. I Ferren OS 18.4, it's based on Ubuntu's LTS model. This is an HP Pavilion gaming laptop. It has an i5-8300H quad-core with hyper-threading. It also has an NVIDIA GTX 1050 Ti. It's the mobile. This is the Nuevo driver right now, and it works. It works. But you can go in here into software update. I haven't restarted since I installed it. I just installed this and was checking it out. But you can go into your software preferences, install the NVIDIA drivers. I haven't done the restart yet to get the NVIDIA drivers to work. I wanted to go ahead and make this video, and this is a good distribution. So go over and check out Ferren's website. Just type in Ferren OS into Google, and it's a Weebly address, and it's a great little distribution for laptops, and you can kind of customize it with one click instead of having to spend hours in Plasma getting it the way you want it. They have really good places to start with their Mac OS type settings, or their Ubuntu Unity look, or whatever look you want. Those are good starting preset points to go from. So I hope you enjoyed this. Check out Ferren OS, and we'll see you next time, y'all. Have a great day.